The Cox family, who are the ancestors of the present owners, moved to Eastnor at the end of the 16th century. They purchased the manor over the following 200 years and gradually accumulated further land. Married into a Worcestershire-based Somers family headed by the Lord Chancellor Somers in the early 18th century. The banking wealth of the Cox-Biddulph Bank, now incorporated into Barclays, gave the first Earl Somers the means to start building the castle in 1812. The family, who were distinguished in law, politics, and the army, needed a new residence in keeping with its status. Eastnor was built by the second Baron, Lord Somers, between 1810 and 1824. His architect, who was also responsible for the design of the British Museum. From a distance, Eastnor tried to create the impression of an Edward I-style medieval fortress guarding the Welsh border. It was a symbolic and defiant assertion of power by an aristocrat in the period of fear and uncertainty following the French Revolution and during the Napoleonic Wars. By most standards, the castle is massive, and the construction team and materials used were on the similar scale. 250 men working day and night were employed over the first 6 years of building. And in the first 18 months, 4,000 tons of building stone, 16,000 tons of mortar, and 600 tons of wood were used. So, Eastnor, possibly in a unique way, epitomizes 3 successive phases of 19th century domestic taste: Regency Baronial, Catholic Gothic, and aesthetic Italian. Despite the massive expenditure in Eastnor, the family fortunes flourished, and by the 1870s, the estates exceeded 13,000 acres. However, the depression of the 1870s caused a decline in the family wealth, affecting them as it did to others who lacked income from property or coal. By 1920, when the 6th Baron Lord Somers inherited the estate, the earldom became extinct in 1883. Much of the land had been sold, and the art collection from the castle had been divided between him and his cousin. When Lord Somers was appointed governor of Victoria in 1926, the family moved to Australia, and Eastnor was left unoccupied. On their return in 1931, some rooms were decorated and limited central heating was installed. In 1939, all the castle contents were removed, leaving it available for government use during the war, but it was never used. Lord Somers' widow returned to Eastnor and lived in the servants' wing between 1945 and 1949 in much reduced circumstances. The family, having been hard hit by tax of £200,000, 8 million pounds in today's terms on the death of her husband. The revival of Eastnor was started by Elizabeth Summers Cox and Benjamin Hervey-Bathurst, the parents of the present owner. They moved into the castle in 1949 when the slow process of repairing the rooms and attending to dry rot and other long neglected repairs began. This was financed by sales from the collections and the reinvestment of almost all income from the state. A government grant was received to repair the battlements of the four main towers, which were badly damaged by a hurricane in 1976. In 1988, English Heritage paid £250,000 towards repairs. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. See you in my next video. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. See you in my next video.